Want to start speaking real English from your first lesson?
Welcome to this episode where we break down English basics.
Today we are going to cover key English phrases and tips.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and together with Mike, we will guide you.
In this session, we'll make English easy and enjoyable.
Let's begin by talking about how to ask someone how they are.
You might have learned "How are you?" but there are more ways.
Instead of how are you, try how's it going or what's up.
These phrases are more casual and common in everyday English.
If someone asks you, how's it going, how should you reply?
You can say good, pretty good, or not bad if you are okay.
If you are not feeling great, you might say, not so good.
But be ready to explain if you say something negative.
When people say, what's up, they often mean just hello.
You can reply with not much or simply hey to keep it light.
Remember, these questions are usually just polite greetings.
Next, let's discuss asking about someone's job in English.
You might think to ask, what is your job? But it sounds too direct.
Instead, you can ask, what do you do? Which is more natural.
For example, I might say, I am an English teacher.
Or you could say, I work at a law firm, or I work for Microsoft.
It's polite to add a positive comment about the other person's job.
You might say, that sounds interesting, or that must be exciting.
Now, let's move on to talking about hobbies without using the word hobbies.
Instead of asking, what are your hobbies? You can say, what do you do for fun?
This is more natural and makes the conversation feel easy.
You could answer with, I like to watch movies, or I like playing golf.
To emphasize, you can say, I really like watching movies.
If you want to downplay it, you might say, I kind of like playing tennis.
If you do not have a specific hobby, you can say, I like hanging out with friends.
Adding, and stuff like that makes it sound casual and relaxed.
Next, let's talk about where someone is from and how to ask it.
You've probably heard, where are you from? This is common and polite.
You can answer, I'm from Brazil or I'm from New York.
If you're from a famous city, you can simply say the city name.
Sometimes people might ask, are you from around here?
If you are not, just say, no, I'm from another place.
If they ask where exactly, you can say, I'm from a small town.
This can lead to a conversation about different places.
It's a good way to connect with someone and find common ground.
Now, let's talk about the question, what's your name, in a new way.
Instead of asking directly, introduce yourself first.
Say something like, hi, I'm Mike, and you?
This makes the conversation more friendly and less formal.
If you forget someone's name, it's polite to say, I'm sorry, what was your name again?
This way, you show that you remember meeting them but just forgot the name.
Adding again at the end helps soften the request.
Using someone's name in conversation helps you remember it.
You could say, what do you do for fun, Lisa?
But be careful not to overuse their name, as it could sound strange.
Now let's talk about how to stay in touch with someone after you meet.
Instead of asking, what's your phone number? Try asking, could I get your number?
This is less direct and sounds more polite.
If you prefer email, you can ask, could I get your email address?
To respond, simply say, sure, my phone number is, or my email address is.
Many people also use social networks like Facebook or LinkedIn.
You might ask, are you on Facebook or are you on LinkedIn?
If they say yes, you can ask how to connect with them there.
If they are not on those platforms, they might offer another way to stay in touch.
Now, let's talk about where you live and how to ask someone politely.
You can ask, so where do you live? After you've had some conversation.
There are many ways to answer this, like mentioning a nearby landmark.
For example, I live near the Central Library, or I'm on the Green Line near Central Station.
If someone says, I know that area, you can continue the conversation.
You might say, really? It's a great place to live, isn't it?
If they do not know the area, you can give a little more detail.
Always remember to be polite and show interest in the other person's response.
Lastly, let's talk about asking where someone went to school.
You might ask, where did you go to college, in a casual conversation?
You could also say, where did you go to university?
If the person did not go to college, be polite and say, oh, really? Did you go straight into a job?
It's a good idea to ask a follow-up question like, what did you study?
This keeps the conversation going and shows your interest.
And that wraps up today's session on basic English questions and answers.
We hope you found these tips helpful for everyday conversations.
Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep using these phrases.
The more you practice, the more natural it will feel to speak English.
Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye and happy learning.
If you found the video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel.